Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chemicool. Today's lesson is lesson 5 and the topic is periodic table. So, introduction to the periodic table. What is the periodic table? Periodic table is a chart that organizes all the chemical elements based on their properties. It was created by Dmitry Mendeleev back in 1869 and elements are arranged by increasing their atomic number or number of protons in the periodic table. There is a fun fact that there are a total of 118 elements currently present in the periodic table. So this is actually how a periodic table looks like. It consists of all the chemical elements that are present or found in nature, and it has so let's talk about how the periodic table is organized. So it consists of total 7 periods and 18 groups. So in the periods or rows, elements in the same period or in the same rows will have the same number of electron shells. So for example, if you talk about the element here in period 2 or row number 2, it starts with lithium and ends with neon. So neon and lithium will always have the same number of electron shells. Although there will be an increasing number of electrons as you proceed from left to right in the same period, but the electron number of electron shells will be remaining the same. So I will talk about that in detail in another video. So now comes the groups. So elements that are present in the same group will always have the same chemical properties. And periodic table consists of metals, non-metals, and metalloids. So the first group, uh, this one right here, is starting with hydrogen and ending with Fr, francium, is called the first group and is called the alkali metal group. So the first group or group 1 is alkali metals, and it is highly reactive soft metals that readily lose one electron and forms plus one ion. For example, sodium Na will lose one ion very easily and form sodium plus Na plus ion, and potassium will do the same, will lose one electron and form K plus ion. And then comes the second group, group 2, which are called the alkaline earth metals. So alkaline earth metals are reactive metals that readily lose two electrons to form plus two ions. For example, magnesium here or calcium, magnesium will lose two electrons very easily and form Mg2 plus, and then calcium will do the same. It will lose two electrons very easily and form Ca2 plus. Now comes the transition metals. So these blue colored ones in the periodic table are called the transition metals. These are the list of transition metals, and these are strong dense metals, and often they form colorful compounds. For example, copper, this one, and iron, they form colorful salts. I will talk about that in detail in another video. And then comes the metalloids. So these yellow ones here are called the metalloids. So what are metalloids? Metalloids are elements that have the properties of both metals and non-metals, and they are often used in semiconductors. For example, silicon and boron. And then reactive non-metals. So the green ones present in the periodic table are called the reactive non-metals. For example, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine. And these elements mainly are from group 14 and 17, starting from here 14 and then 17 here, and they readily gain or readily share electrons to form compounds such as oxygen will share electrons with another oxygen and form oxygen O2, oxygen gas, which we inhale. And then fluorine will do the same. Fluorine will attract or share or with electrons with another fluorine and forms F2, fluorine gas, very easily. And then comes the noble gases. So noble gases are located in group 18, and these are the inert gases and non-reactive gases with full outer electron shells, which makes them very stable. So I'll explain in briefly that these metals, noble gases, actually they have very stable outer electron shell. So for example, to gain stability in the outermost shell, if they need in total suppose 18 electrons, so some of them has actually 18 out of 18 electrons, or as many is needed to gain stability. They will have the maximum number of electrons possible to load in the outermost shell. So that gives them the stability and makes them very stable. So that makes them also non-reactive. That's why they are called inert gases. So the summary of today's lesson is that the periodic table consists of different types of chemical elements categorized based on their properties. For example, as I said, alkali metals, alkaline earth metals, transition metals, metalloids, non-reactive metals, and noble gases. So in my next video, I will talk about the periodic trends, or how do elements change across the periodic table. Thank you. If you like the video, please like and share.